Recently, someone submitted a question, and I'm always thankful for those questions or requests for topics. I do my best to answer them. I only film one day a week, but really try to care for those that take the time to send in questions or comments. And today's kind of a unique one because I think it really speaks to a massive amount of people who ask this question probably every day. And that question is, will this, infidelity, will this trauma, will this pain, will this crap, if you will, always be a part of our lives? The answer is really kind of a yes and no answer. And I hate to be that kind of generic, and I'll give you both sides to it. But I just want to first tell you that, Samantha and I don't sit around talking about my past infidelity or her trauma or any of your infidelity or any of your comments. I mean, I push to Samantha almost all the comments that I get from people who love her, love what she said on the few videos that she's done. And so I really encourage her of, look, people loved what you said. Maybe you should come in again soon. And so I'm always grateful for those compliments and push them to her. But we don't sit around talking about infidelity. When I come home from work, as I do a few things to provide for my family, we don't sit on the couch and just talk about infidelity. You are going to get past this. I don't know what's going to happen with your marriage, but I can tell you, you're going to get to the other side, and this isn't going to be in the windshield of your life forever. It's really not, as long as there's some things that are done to prevent that. Eventually, it's going to be in the rearview mirror, and eventually it's going to be so far in the rearview mirror that you don't even want to take the time to look for it. Let me start by saying, yes, this may be a part of your life for a long time, maybe forever. In this case, you may find that this is an opportunity for those that come from faith for a ministry, and you feel like you want to give back and care for others who will unfortunately find themselves in this type of situation. You may feel led, you may feel like, and if you don't come from faith, that you want to give back and you want to help others who are in crisis, and you want to share what worked for you and what didn't work for you, and you want to be able to care for people. The reality is, whether you come from faith or not, there will be an opportunity for this to be a part of your life in a positive way, to mentor, to give back, to help, to encourage in ways that you don't even see right now. Now, some of you may say, no, hold on, Samuel. I don't want anything to do with this later on down the road. I want to be healed, be restored, and move on and never relive this kind of stuff ever again. And that's okay. There's lots of people like that, and that's totally fine. I don't think it's fair for people that want to make a ministry or a gift or some type of organization out of their pain to judge people that say, I don't want to relive that and I don't want to live in that anymore. And I think it's just as unfair if the people that don't want to have that be a part of their life to be harsh on those that want to stay in it. I mean, it's just different strokes for different folks. And you're going to find that some of you may write books, some of you may start blogs, Twitter accounts, do all kinds of different things. And that's wonderful, as long as it is, in my opinion, it's wonderful, as long as it's for healing and for redemption and for the opportunity to help ease the pain of others through your story and through your sharing. Now, you may go through even seasons where years and years away from the infidelity, you may receive more professional care or counseling or trauma care. And I will tell you, in the last year, I have actually gone to a therapist that I know and love and trust for some care for some childhood trauma. I did EMDR for me. I've suggested it for a lot of you for PTSD or for caring for a lot of trauma that you deal with as a betrayed or even as an unfaithful spouse. And I have gone through some real significant care for some trauma that I was subjected to when I was young. And it has absolutely, in many ways, set me free, changed my perspective, and just brought about a significant amount of healing in my life. But the funny thing was is that I didn't look at that through the eyes of infidelity. It was just childhood trauma. And it hasn't unpacked this monstrosity of garbage to deal with in terms of the infidelity. It's actually helped me reconcile so many things about my personality, about who I am, about who I don't want to be, about how I treat Samantha or my kids or the way I see life. It's been wonderful, but it has not drug myself or Samantha back into pain or paralysis due to infidelity. You see, there's a scar that you will have. Samantha has it. She can rub it, she can touch it, she can see it, but it doesn't hurt like it once did. It doesn't have anywhere near the pain or the trauma that it once did. It's been almost 14 years. Sure, if she thinks about it, she can relive it. Sure, she can go back to that moment, but she has the power and the ability not to. And the more and more that you are healed and the more and more that you are restored, you're not going to be stuck in the paralysis that you feel right now. You'll see the scar and say, yeah, I remember that. But you'll move right on down the road into regular things of life, and kids, if you have kids, and businesses, or chasing your dreams, or traveling, or just living a normal life. The person that submitted the question said, you know, our lives are so on fire with chaos and hurt and pain right now. We can't even imagine not processing this, you know, on a daily basis. And I get it. But to the degree that you do recovery work, to the degree, and this is really for you, unfaithful spouse, to the degree that you push and lean into the pain and do recovery work to heal and to find restoration and to do what you need to do to get healthy is directly proportionate to how soon and how effective your recovery will be and how soon you'll get to the other side where this is not in the forefront of the windshield of your life every day. However, I will tell you, if you do these things, you will make it a part of your life far longer than you need it to be, and you'll stay stuck in paralysis for a long period of time. Number one, and these are for the unfaithful spouse, but it's great for the betrayed spouse to hear these things because some of them may actually coincide with the betrayed spouse as well. But if you just go through the motions, I guarantee you this is going to be a part of your life for a long time. As long as you just kind of check boxes in recovery, as long as you just kind of, phone it in, just do a little bit here, a little bit there, as long as you refuse to engage in recovery work, you're pushing out how long this is going to be a part of your life. You, as an unfaithful spouse, if you're just checking the boxes or going through the motions or delaying recovery work, you're actually lengthening the time that this is going to be in the windshield. You're lengthening the time that this is going to be a part of your life and keep you stuck. It's counterintuitive, but the best way for you to minimize the time it takes is to engage fully and to do recovery work and to go, as we say in poker, all in and to commit to the process with 100% aggressiveness, commitment, and humility. If you'll do those things, you actually minimize how long it will take because your betrayed spouse sees that, you know what? They're engaged. They're doing their part. They want to get healthy. They want to help me heal. Another choice that will actually keep this a part of your life is denial. The more that you deny the effects of your choices in your betrayed spouse's life, the more that you deny what your choices have done to maybe even yourself and quite possibly the affair partner and your spouse, the more that you're lengthening it because you are refusing to own up to what you have caused by your choices. I've been there. So before you maybe tar and feather me as shaming you or condemning you, look, the reality is I've been where you're at, and the way that I saw Samantha respond to me, the way that I saw Samantha get less angry and less bitter and less resentful, and the way that I saw her actually soften up and engage with me was actually asking questions and engaging with her and sitting with her in the pain and listening to her emote and not trying to fix it, not trying to judge it, not trying to slam her for what she was feeling or getting defensive, but just hearing her out and being with her and taking some lumps emotionally, sure. The more that I did that, the more that she softened, and the more that we stopped having to talk about my infidelity, and the more that we started to talk about kids and life and cars and vacations and new life and new hope. Finally, I want to end today with the reality that over the last 14 years, even within the first year of recovery, even within the first 6 months of recovery, there have been more moments than I can count where I have said to myself, yes, this is what I always hoped I would feel. This is why I stayed. This is amazing. This is reward for our labor. This is incredible. I'm so glad that we stayed together. I've had more moments that I could ever blog about, ever talk about, ever recreate for you, where I have said, I'm so thankful that Samantha gave me another shot, that I was able to confront what I needed to confront in me, that we were able to find healing. I promise you, if you'll do the work, both sides, if you will commit to the process, there will come a time where you will have these moments where you'll say, this is what that punk chump Samuel always talked about. This is one of those moments where, wow, I'm so glad we gave it another shot. I'm so glad we left the opportunity open for us to save our relationship. Yes, this is what we hoped would happen one day.